Hello students, welcome back to your science class. So student, in the previous class in this chapter, that is structure and function of cell, we were talking about nucleus as well as the different cell organelles which is present in the cell. Nucleus is what, student? Nucleus, basically it is called as the brain of the cell, and the reason for calling it a brain of the cell, since it helps in controlling all the metabolic activities that occur in the cell. That is why it is called as the brain of the cell. Now this nucleus, when you look at it, you will find that it is surrounded by a membrane, and this membrane is called as a nuclear membrane. And the nuclear membrane is similar to that of the cell membrane, since it is having pores in it, so they are porous, and it allows the things to enter or to exit from the cytoplasm, or it will enter into the cytoplasm. Basically, it helps in selecting the substances to enter or exit the cytoplasm to the nucleus. When we talk about the fluid which is present inside of the nucleus, that is called as nucleoplasm. So nucleoplasm is the fluid which is present inside the nuclear membrane, in which the cell organelles or the organelles of the nucleus is present in it. When you look at it, you will find that the spherical body, a spherical body which is called as nucleolus, it is also present inside the nucleus. And inside this nucleolus, there is a fiber, thin fiber, which is called as chromatin fiber is there. Now this chromatin fiber, it arranges itself in such a way that it will form chromosome. Now the chromosome, it consisting of genes in it, and the genes help in carrying the information from one generation to the other generation. So this is how we can say that the nucleus plays a very important role, since it is the site which used to carry the characteristics, it is used to carry the genetic information of the parents, which will be carried from the parents to the offspring students. Second, if we talk about the nucleus here, the nucleus, cytoplasm and the cell membrane, they are what? They are some of the general structures which forms the cell. Although we have seen that there are other organs of cell are also present, and these are called as cell organelles. Different cell organelles present in the cytoplasm, they perform the different function. Some of them responsible for respiration, some of them responsible for transportation, some of them responsible for protein synthesis, other can be responsible for the photosynthesis in case of a plant cell. So this is what it is, basically responsible for some function. It means different cell organelles, they are having different structure and different function. Now starting with the mitochondria, student. Mitochondria, it is a double membrane structure, sac-like a structure, and this mitochondria, basically it is called as the powerhouse of the cell. And what is the reason why it is called as the powerhouse of the cell? Because it is responsible for synthesizing energy, and this energy is stored in the form of a ATP in the mitochondria. It means the energy which is needed to all the part of the cell, that is stored by mitochondria. So mitochondria, it is called as the powerhouse of the cell, since it is responsible for storing the ATP, student, and that will be used by the different parts of the cell. Then we have started to understand the other cell organelle, which is called as Golgi bodies or called as Golgi apparatus. So it is called as Golgi bodies as well as called as Golgi apparatus, and the role of the Golgi body, that it help in receiving and carrying the things which is made by the nucleus of the cell. It is really near to the nucleus, and it used to carry the things which is we can say it is the thing that has been taken by the Golgi apparatus through nucleus. it can be hormone, it can be enzyme, or even it can be the protein. Okay, so these are the things which is received by the Golgi apparatus, and finally it will be carried with the help of the Golgi apparatus. Okay, so it is responsible for receiving and distributing the chemical substances that include enzymes, that includes hormones, or it can be proteins. Okay, and because of that, these are also known as mail room of the cell. Because of this nature, since it help in it used to receive and distribute the things that which it got, that is why it is also called as the mail room of the cell. Okay, so I hope you have understood that what is mitochondria or what is Golgi apparatus. Then moving on, and we will see the another kind of a cell organelle, student, which is called as the vacuoles. Okay, vacuoles are what? These are the fluid filled organelles which is enclosed by a membrane. We can say that you will find in the cell there are the small membrane like a structure is there. This membrane is consisting of a fluid, and that is why we will say that vacuole is what? It is a fluid filled membrane which is surrounded, fluid filled sac which is surrounded by a membrane. Okay, so vacuoles are fluid filled. These are fluid filled organelles, enclosed organelles enclosed by a membrane. Okay, these are the fluid filled, means these are the membrane, these are the organelle which consisting of a fluid in it, and they enclosed means they consisting of a fluid, and they are enclosed by a lining, by a covering which is called as membrane. Okay, what is the role of the vacuole? Basically, when we say that it is covered by a membrane, it helps in storing the substances. That substances can be food, that substance can be enzyme. So, vacuoles are what? These are the fluid filled organelles which is enclosed by the membrane, and let us see. So, these vacuoles, they can store material such as food, then water, sugar, food, water, sugar, minerals and waste products. So, we said that vacuoles are what? These are the fluid filled. When you see the cell, say such kind of a sac like a structure, such kind of a membrane structure will be seen, and basically its role, it used to carry food, it used to carry minerals, it used to carry hormones, enzyme, and even it is also responsible for carrying out the waste product outside to the cell. So there are some things that should come inside the cell. So this will be carried with the help of the vacuole. Also there are some of the waste material that should be thrown out to the cell, and this will also be carried out with the help of the vacuole. Basically, the role of the vacuole here, which we have understood, that it helps in carrying the thing inside the cell, as well as it is also responsible for carrying the thing outside to that of the cell. And that is why it is said that they help in storing the material that can be food. Such kind of a vacuole called as a food vacuole. There are the vacuole which consisting of the waste product, which consisting of a sugar or minerals. So, the role is to store. talking about the plant cell and the animal cell, students. So when you look at the plant cell is having a single large vacuole which almost cover the most of the part of the plant cell. While in case of an animal cell, there are vacuoles present which are smaller in size, and it is not only one but it can be many. Sometimes no vacuole is also present in case of a animal cell. So we can say here, that is what happened in case of a plant and the animal cell. So we can write here, that is plant cell contains a single large vacuole, okay, which almost cover the center part of the cell. Why? It means when you look at the plant cell, student, you will find that the centermost cover of the cell is covered by vacuole, which is the single, and a large vacuole is there in case of the plant cell. What happened in case of an animal cell? Animal cell consisting of a small vacuole or no vacuole is present in it. So we can also add a point here. That is, vacuoles are either absent vacuoles are either absent in animal cell, in animal cells, or are smaller than the plant cell. So this is what, student, this is all about the vacuole. So we have understood here, in case of a vacuole is what? Fluid filled membrane which basically store the things in it. Can be food, can be water, even can be the waste material. And this vacuole, it is present in the plant cell, or it can be present, it may or may not be present in the animal cell. It means in animal cell it may be absent, but in case of a plant cell, a single large vacuole is present. This vacuole almost cover the center part of the cell. So this is all about the vacuole. Now let us see the another kind of a cell organelle which is present in the cell, and that is called as lysozymes. Okay. This is the next cell organelle called as lysosomes. What are lysosomes, students? These are also the membrane enclosed organelle present in the cell, and they are the storehouse of the digestive juices. Basically, it used to store the enzymes which is responsible to carry out the process of digestion. So that is why it is said that it is the storehouse of the digestive enzymes, and with the help of this they burn out the organelles as well as food particles, bacteria, even the viruses which is spread through the water throughout the body. So these all can be digested with the help of the lysosomes. Okay. And what happened under condition of a starvation, this lysosomes, it burst, and all the digestive enzyme get spread in the cell, and it start eating its own cell organelle, due to which the cell die, and that is why it is also called as suicidal bag. So we can write here the first point in case of a lysosome, students, that lysosomes are, these are membrane enclosed, these are membrane enclosed, so lysosomes are membrane enclosed organelle in the cell. Lysosomes, these are the membrane enclosed organelle in the cell, and these organelles, they are basically, we will call it as a storehouse of the digestive enzyme. It means lysosome basically consisting of a digestive enzyme which is responsible for. Okay, so these are what? These are the storehouse of the cell. Especially these are the storehouse of the digestive enzymes, we can see. Okay. So lysosomes, these are what, student? These are the storehouse of the digestive enzymes. Storehouse of the digestive enzymes. What is the role of these digestive enzymes? So they digest worn out organelles. They digest worn out organelles. Then also food particles, bacteria, food particles, then bacteria is there, as well as the viruses trapped by the cell. Let me explain you what does that mean. Basically, when you see the lysosome, student, these are consisting of a digestive enzyme. So they are consisting of such an enzyme which help in the digestion, not only of the food particle, but it also help in killing or in digesting the bacteria, the viruses which is trapped by the cell, which came near to the cell and it is now trapped by the cell. Now this will also be dissolved, also be digested with the help of the digestive enzyme which is stored in the lysosomes. Okay, so we can say here that lysosome also help in fighting with the antigen that can harm us. Okay, so they used to digest the worn out cells, worn out organelles. What does that mean? There are sometimes the cell organelles, they die or they are not working. So such dead cell organelles will also be digested with the help of the lysosome. So this is what, student, these are the function of the digestive enzymes of the lysosome, or the function of the lysosome itself, in which we can say that the lysosomes consisting of an enzyme and they are responsible for digestion of all these things. Now, sometimes what happen, especially under condition of starvation, under condition of starvation, so under condition of starvation, under condition of starvation, lysosome starts digesting the other organelles, digesting the other organelles which is present in the cell. Basically what happened when there is no food is available in the cell, at that time we can say that it is what said that it is under the condition of starvation. These lysosome, it starts because the digestive enzyme is still there. So these digestive enzyme start digesting the other organelles which is present in the cell. Actually what happened in this condition, the lysosome it burst. When it burst, all the digestive enzyme it gets spread throughout the cell. Now then it starts digesting its own cell organelle. So we can say here that when it start eating its own cell organelle, it will destroy the cell. Because cell is what? It consisting of the organelles in it. And if these organelles are destroyed or digested by the lysosome, so the cell itself get dead. The cell itself also get destroyed. So they are responsible for destroying their own cell, and that is why they are called as the suicidal bag of the cell. So we can say here that they are capable of destroying the cell in which they are present. So since they start digesting their own cell organelles, that is why we can say that they start destroying their own cell also. And when they start destroying their own cell, students, because of that, hence they are also called as suicidal bag of the cell. Suicidal bags of the cell. This is what, student, this is an important term because many times the question is asked that which of the cell organelle is called as the suicidal bag and what is the reason behind it to calling it a suicidal bag. So I hope you have understood the reason here, that is since it releases the digestive enzymes which start eating its own cell organelle, that is responsible for destroying the cell, and ultimately the name has been given here is suicidal bag of the cell. So this is all about that of the lysosome. Okay, so this is all about of that of the lysosome. Now let us see another cell organelle, student, and that is endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum. So see here, in case of an endoplasmic reticulum, it is what? It is a network of tubules. So endoplasmic reticulum is what, student? It is actually the network of a tubule and flattened sac. When you look at it, student, you will find that there are tubule like a structure and the flattened sacs are there which are arranged over one another. And the role of the endoplasmic reticulum, that it help in the synthesis of fats as well as synthesis of the protein. When you will go to the higher section, students, then you will come to know that this endoplasmic reticulum, it is basically divided into two different types, and that is rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And the name here, it will be given on the basis of the type of a surface it have, and the presence of or we can say the smoothness or the roughness of the surface of the endoplasmic reticulum will be because of the presence of the ribosome. If the ribosome is present on the surface of endoplasmic reticulum, such kind of endoplasmic reticulum will be called as the rough endoplasmic reticulum. And if ribosome is not present, so the surface will be smooth, and such kind of an endoplasmic reticulum is called as smooth endoplasmic reticulum. But the thing that we have to understand here in case of this endoplasmic reticulum, student, it is that the first point that we can write here, that it is what? It is a network of tubules, and flattened sacs flattened sacs. These are the network of tubules and flattened sac, and its role is a lot. So we can say that it serves a variety of a function in the cell. It is having a different kind of a function in the cell. It serves a variety of a function in the cell. Serves a variety of a function in the cell, and basically what is the role here? It is associated with the synthesis, storage and transporting of cell product. So it is associated in the synthesis, storage, and transporting of the cell products. Okay, so endoplasmic reticulum is what, student? These are the tubules, flattened sacs are there, and they are a network like a structure which basically consisting of a ribosome on it. If a ribosome is present, endoplasmic, the surface will become rough, and we will call the name to it, that is rough endoplasmic reticulum. And if the ribosome is not present, then the surface will be smooth, and at that time the name that we will give here, it will be smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Basically, on the basis of this, we can say that it is having a variety of a function, student. Yes, endoplasmic reticulum helps in the synthesis of a protein, as well as it is also responsible for the synthesis of fats, which we call as lipids. So we can say that it is having a variety of a function. So we can say here that basically it is associated in the synthesis of the cell product. Now, not only the synthesis, but storage, as well as wherever needed, transportation of the cell product also occur with the help of endoplasmic reticulum, students. Okay, so this is the role of the endoplasmic reticulum. In a short form, this endoplasmic reticulum, it is also written as capital E and capital R. So if somewhere it is given that ER, so do not get confused with the term. This ER means endoplasmic reticulum. Okay. So till now we have seen the different type of a cell organelles, including mitochondria, Golgi apparatus we have seen its structure and function, as well as vacuoles. What are vacuole? What is its role in the cell? Lysosome, and finally we have understood another important cell organelle, that is endoplasmic reticulum, students. So we will going to study about the ribosome, centrosome, and even the most important plastids in the next class.